I think that feels great. Hmm. Maybe. Okay.
A bit of an eventful day today.
There we go. There's a very
I'm on the doing about the battery after because we're going to get muted soon.
Mm.
Welcome to the news and updates. I am Laurel, one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Donna, the other co-host here at News and Updates. I have to tell you, it's a thrill every single Saturday to be here with you and Mark, with you too, the brilliant producer behind this weekly AltSpace VR news show. He is behind the camera bot, live streaming to everyone out in the metaverse and beyond. And as usual, oh my gosh, there is plenty of news from the AltSpace VR metaverse, so let's get on with it.
We do. There's so much going on. All right, so Reggie Watts, it continues. Yay! Have you been to his shows? They're amazing. Every show is unique. He customized them for every single one, so it's not boring. He is continuing on with his series of 8 Saturday night performances here in AltSpace VR. So he keeps us jamming and dancing and celebrating life. And we need more of that, don't we? Yes. There are only a few left of these, so make sure that you RSVP. And you show up for a great time with Reggie Watts right here in AltSpace.
So true. If we woke up today, it's a good day. That's what my friend Angelina always sends me a note. If you woke up, it's a good day today, Donna.
I love
It is so true. So Microsoft's Mixed Reality Developer Days was here all week in AltSpace VR. Did you catch any of the public events? Wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Initial reports are that there were over 2,000 people that attended just only the opening of Alex Kipman. A mix of those in AltSpace VR and watching through the live stream. That is an incredible amount of people that are taking notice of virtual reality. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an amazing event and proof again that AltSpace VR and VR in general is a conference platform. Another tool you can add to your conference workshops, classes, and social toolbox. It's such a perfect fit for so many different events that literally cannot meet in person right now.
Yeah, and I love it. And it was amazing. It was really an amazing event. All right, so after some very serious updates to the AltSpace VR servers last week, it appears now to be pretty stable and holding its own, especially with a crush of new users from the Mixed Reality Developer Days and all the events that's going on. So thanks again to the amazing AltSpace VR development and support team for keeping things running during this crunch time. Even though, I don't know if you know this, most of the team, yay, give us some hearts and some applause, yes. Do you know that most of the team for AltSpace is in Seattle and in Washington State? And as you know, that was one of the first places hardest hit by the COVID-19. And as the home city of AltSpace, many of the engineers, the developers, the programmers, and staff had only a few hours notice before they had to go home and stay there, leaving behind their powerful computers, their servers. It was just, unbelievable. And yet, in spite of the inconvenience, they keep things running. It gives us a place to meet, to play, to be entertained, and to learn. So thank you, AltSpace, and all the developers.
Absolutely. Now, since the beginning of the COVID-19 self-isolation, and when you think about it in weeks, it's not that long, but doesn't it seem like forever? It's weird how that's warped. AltSpace VR has flipped on the event groups feature that allows event hosts to create private events with special access. We now have Jackbox games. We have the Alt Quiz game that's been updated and improved. They are working on the audio and they have made great improvements along with a few accidents, but that is getting better all the time. Yes, there's always things. They've worked on the interface on the website as well as in-world to improve usability and functionality.
And 2D users finally got some love and attention from the developers as they added the ability to use the emojis from the numbers on the keyboard, allowing non-mouse users easy access to those essential feedback emotions. The spacebar now mutes you in 2D, though we often hit it by mistake, so we have a learning curve that's associated with that for those of us who use 2D. And they continue to work on the mouse controls to allow easier use and adaptation to 2D navigation. We love that.
Now, for event hosts and moderators, the AltSpace VR team brought us powerful new additions to event hosting and moderation tools. We can now report events and even worlds for breaking the rules or leaving a compliment for the event host. Leaving compliments, you guys, whenever you have nice things to say, please do. It's always nice to have that mixed in with the things that we know that we have to report. The annoying sound of the portal has been removed, and they're working on restricting. They're working on restricting portal use in an event. And restricted only to event hosts. So you should be seeing fewer of them in events as a distraction. Now, AltSpace VR introduced the Events Kit with stage blocker, microphones, podiums, and the ability to create a quick slideshow or show pictures from your photo collection for events. The moderation tools now allow event hosts to not only provide a reason for someone being removed from the event, but also the ability to allow them to re-enter. And this is really important because it's great for removing the crashed avatar hanging right in the center of an event, right? We all know about that. It's happened to all of us that
Yes.
we see that avatar.
I love that. And let's also give some credit to the AltSpace VR events team. Literally overnight, the team was flooded with requests and demands for help to bring real-world events into virtual reality and into AltSpace. Hundreds and hundreds of requests every day, while still managing to handle the workload of current events on the schedule and the demands of the community creating events. We're annoying. We are so annoying as event people. So congrats.
Never enough tools.
I know it. Congrats to them for seeing it through. And many lessons were learned by all of us. And AltSpace will be better because of this in the long run.
Now, designers and developers introduced the interactive Easter eggs, hearts, and the Cinco de Mayo theme for the campfire, along with some fun interactables. For world builders, they've put a tremendous energy into improving the world building features and functionality, including the ability to lock rotation by access with the access lock feature for those building inside VR headsets, improvements to the MRE, the mixed reality extension that allows world builders to add interactability to assets like opening doors and picking things up and throwing them.
Yeah, if you're a coder, get into the MRE. Now, they have done all of this in the past 2 months during isolation. That is amazing. Seriously, like, what have you been doing in these last 2 months? Look what they've been doing. They're a tiny team. I am so proud of what they've been doing. This is amazing. So it deserves a huge round of applause for the AltSpace VR development team. Yeah! So next time you hear someone complaining about how little AltSpace does to improve and how little they change and how they don't listen to the community, remind them of what they've accomplished during these last over 2 months of isolation while on their laptops at home with inadequate desktop computers, you know, on their own. You gotta love that. So I am so grateful. So thanks, AltSpace team. We love you.
Now, as mentioned, the AltSpace VR team revamped AltQuiz, and it was demonstrated during the MR Dev Days event in the keynote with Alex Kipman. It allowed the audience to click an interactive browser to answer questions, then reported whether the answer was right or wrong, and the results. This opens up so many opportunities for education, so we're eager to see where this goes and how the community uses it. You guys are so innovative. You're going to come up with ways that we haven't even thought of.
It's going to be awesome. So there is so much going on here in AltSpace VR, so please take a moment. Join our news and updates Discord to stay updated. We report not only on AltSpace VR events and the news, but also on VR news, world building news with Unity, and so much more. So if you'd like to see your event or your world featured here, also let us know on our Discord. You'll find our YouTube streaming and save video links so you can explore the history over the last year and a half. Over a year and a half we've been doing this on the history of AltSpace VR. We've created quite a treasure here. I didn't even think about that. Good on you, Mark. Fantastic. All right, what's up next?
Well, drum roll, everyone. We get to talk about world building. So as mentioned, developers are working on more improvements for the mixed reality extension in AltSpace VR. If you haven't been attending the SDK MRE meetups here in AltSpace VR, make sure you check them out. Building with the world editor and Unity is fine, but if you really want to add that interactability, you need to play around with the MRE and the SDK, which opens up so many possibilities. Check the events calendar and make sure you show up to learn about how this all works and take your world building skills to the next level. As mentioned, we'd love to hear about your new world projects. We have a channel called Share Your World in News, just waiting for you to show off your world so that we can maybe feature it here.
Yeah. And we now have 3 world building tours in AltSpace VR. Yeah! These are excellent opportunities to learn more about how to build your own virtual world in AltSpace VR. And trust me, attend all of these because they're pure inspiration. And you can learn so much from the tour leaders as well as the world builders who happen to be there in the worlds when you land there. I love it. Andy Fidel of Get Social hosts the world building tutorial events often here in AltSpace VR and offers the Multiverse World Hop with a tour of worlds here on Mondays. I think it's fixed. I'm not sure yet. And then on Tuesdays, Daisy Shaw offers world building workshops and tours regularly and is such an innovative world builder. I just love it with her and Marcel Mr. Yellow. We love them. They're doing amazing world tour. I'm going to get this right. World tour events. So you can see
Seriously,
the imagination that's going on here. We can't. I'm going to have to mess up something. It's not me, it's Donna. So we offers great tours. And trust me, the worlds that are out here are amazing. I love what you all are doing.
Now, the World Tour Showcase on Wednesdays toured a fun theme this past week, alien-themed worlds. There were so many to choose from. Who knew this would actually be a thing?
Yeah.
As a reminder, they are crowdsourcing the next Wednesday tour of the month with the theme of water. There are just a few more days to let them know your water world suggestions or to finish building your own and sharing it. Join their Discord at discord.me/worldtours. The next world building tutorial world project is on using the positioning features, and it's happening in June. And there are plenty of worlds on their list to tour and explore. So join them for all the Wednesdays for their unique world building tour showcases.
Mm-hmm. And please visit help.altvr.com for all the documentation and information you need, or do a search on YouTube. There's so many community-made videos and tutorials on world building that's out there for here in AltSpace for using Unity and doing basic world building. So check out the AltSpace VR official Discord in the world building channel for all, just search there. Just search. Discord has an amazing search feature. Search through there to find the help that you need or ask. There's some really amazingly helpful people around here.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that people comment that are new to AltSpace that comment the most about how friendly they find people and how willing to talk to how people are willing to talk to them. And so you guys keep that up. So now is the time to explore world building in AltSpace VR. Remember, if you create a world that is open to the public and you'd like to invite us to visit and share it here in the news and updates, please drop a link in our news and updates Discord and we'll visit it and may feature it here.
Yeah. Now, I feel like a drum roll. Well done, Donna. There are so many events this week. We ran out of paper. So as mentioned, Reggie Watts is back tonight along with Improv and all of the regular shows. We have so many events to tell you about this week. Let's get started. Donna?
Now, Evolve VR continues their record-breaking number of events during this time of crisis, helping people connect spiritually in a variety of ways, from meditation on different subjects to their popular book club, the news nights, and other open discussions. It is hard to keep up with all the amazing events that are going on, so make sure to check them out. They have great new graphics for their events, too.
Yes,
those stand out. Those matter, right?
I
awesome.
know. It's beautiful. And we need another drum roll. The UK meetup is tomorrow with Daisy Shaw and all UK residents and expats and fans and everybody British and everything attached to it. So it is wonderful. We love that. If you want to have a party, go to that event. All right. So it is tomorrow with Daisy Shaw, and it is a great opportunity to connect with others who might just live right down the street from you. I know that she's so people who go there telling me that they're finding people that are just literally like in the town next over or even in their own town and they had no idea. I think that is just genius. And I love that there are more and more regional, you started a trend, Daisy. There are more regional and national meetups that are starting to form here in AltSpace VR. We have the Professional Latinx Networking Group on Tuesday. Wednesday, VR users in Australia and New Zealand are meeting right here in AltSpace. And we love it. Start your own in your own country, in your own city, in your own language. Remember, AltSpace VR is a social platform, so get social and meet others passionate about VR just as well. Right? Might be right in your neighborhood.
This is really thrilling. And I hope that I understand now that there's a lot of self-isolation going on, that people have time. But I hope as we move out of 100% isolation and revert back to something, whatever that's going to be called, that we still keep some of this community going, that connecting with people. And I have to say, I love the idea of the regional things. I'm just happy to find somebody that comes from Canada, forget my province. And our country is really wide, right?
You need a Canuck meetup, Donna. You need a Canuck meetup.
Canuck meetup, yeah, that's right, with a moose head or whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
AltSpace, the staff and admin, Lauren Joy, will be the host tomorrow with Dorian for his Ask Me Anything event. It's a rare opportunity to meet one of the longtime support team staff members of AltSpace VR and ask her questions about how this all works. Don't miss it. She's going to be a guest, remember, on Dorian's Ask Me Anything event.
Yay. Oh, that'll be fun. Also, Silicon Hagen is from Denmark is back. Their meetup is on Monday, and it's honestly what they're doing in Denmark for education. Well, it's early for some. It's middle of the day for others. Yeah, it's evening for others. So it is, Denmark is really, really pushing the technological envelope forward when it comes to education. They have quite the technologically innovative country, and they're bringing educators not just from Denmark but around the world are coming together to talk about the innovations that are happening in immersive technologies for education. And this is on Monday, and they're featuring a tour of immersive educational worlds right here in AltSpace, and you don't want to miss that. And it's scheduled during the prime time for the EU, so make sure you RSVP and join them as they explore the potential for education in VR, AR, and XR. Love that.
Wow, that's exciting. Educators in VR is changing things up. For the past year, they've been working on developing innovative free educational and training events, and now they are taking them to the next level. Join them on Monday for a very unusual training to learn the basics of how to integrate VR into education. It's going to be an amazing experience as they break the rules in how to teach VR. And don't take this lightly. You guys, if you have time to attend, this really is going to blow your mind.
We've been working hard on this. So Educators in VR announced earlier this month that their free events hosting their workshops, their trainings for doing events in VR and here in AltSpace are going to be reduced starting June 1st as they try to return to some semblance of normal. And they're doing a special VR events master class that's going to bring together all of their expertise and training experience into a multi-week workshop. So this is your last week to take advantage of many of the different free VR event projects and trainings and stuff that's going on. The free events will continue, but just not quite as often. So take advantage of these.
Now, I'm so excited to be part of Educators in VR. Mm-hmm. You never know what they are going to do next. The VR research team is stirring things up with a fascinating presentation on Tuesday discussing the use of VR for simulation and behavioral training with researchers and developers behind an innovative natural disaster preparedness VR app. Okay, That's a long description, but it is going to be a fascinating conversation. So discussing the use of VR for simulation and behavioral training with researchers and developers behind the innovative natural disaster preparedness VR app. They are working with teenagers to overcome their denial of natural disasters and better prepare them, beginning with hurricanes. How timely that the first hurricanes and cyclones have struck already this year. This is really important. I'm really looking forward to this.
And I lived in Hurricane Alley for too many years, and it is amazing to see the young people who have several years go by, so in their lifetime they don't know, and they just go, oh, it's a hurricane. Oh yeah, we always get a hurricane. Yeah. They don't understand the destructive force. And if you've lived through Hurricane Katrina and a few of the other ones, you would really appreciate this. So I'm excited that the VR research team for Educators in VR is bringing this in. Now, Educators in VR is also eager to introduce you to Aditya Vishwana, oh my goodness, of In Spirit VR. This is a new VR platform that's gotten amazing funding and investment funding going on for it for education that brings STEM and core curriculum classes and workshops to K through 12 schools. It's an innovative platform developed by Stanford University and Georgia Institute of Tech, and he'll be sharing his insights and research and information on how they develop this innovative virtual education platform. I am so excited about this. And Educators in VR has become an event platform of its own with so many events and so many trainings and workshops. So check out their website at educatorsinvr.com for more information, and please subscribe to their channel here along with the News and Updates channel.
Now, if it's Monday, it's the rooftop. It's a fun show with special guests and musical performances. You never know who's going to show up, and they often do, and it's always a good time on the rooftop.
That's true. And this is kind of exciting. Arton is bringing us Techno Tuesday music jam session with some great artists. And this week he's bringing Canadian techno legend Richie Houghton to play a Boiler Room set from Buenos Aires. Woo, that sounds like so much fun. I'm excited about that.
Gosh, that's incredible. Now, Michael McDonald of Gold Lotus is back with more Learn English and VR free workshops. It's hard to tell what you're learning in his workshops. Is it English or is it the subject they're talking about? You're going to learn a lot of both. He's one of the most amazing teachers here in Altspace VR, guiding people through interactive sessions to work on their conversational English. What an amazing opportunity for people from around the world to improve their language skills. Can I tell you, it's an amazing opportunity for people who only speak English to actually learn English. I cannot believe how many synonyms he can come up with for just one word. It's always incredible. He holds these events frequently throughout the week, and each one is different. If you are,
keep going.
Okay. If you are a fluent English speaker and attending, please make room for those with less confidence with the language and eager to learn. Be respectful and helpful, as we want to make this a safe place for everyone. I will be right back.
All right. So as Donna gets her audio fixed, because I thought it was me, she's going to get there. I just want to repeat the last part of it here. If you're a fluent English speaker and attending any of Michael McDonald's English conversations or any of the language conversation things here in Altspace VR, please be respectful and helpful, as we want to make this a safe space for everyone. So be helpful, be kind. We love that. All right, Steve. AWE is coming here to Altspace, and they are bringing, most of their events are private, but they have some public special ones. And the Augmented World Expo 2020 is bringing on Tuesday their AWE social hour. Sorry, I can't even talk. Social hour. AWE social hour is presenting VR painting with the Sabby Life. Watch this VR artist paint live in virtual reality using Tilt Brush on her amazing galactic Horizons artwork project featuring alien landscapes. Life is a American artist specializing in acrylic painting and has come into the VR immersive art world and taken it over by storm. She performs internationally in VR using Tilt Brush and recently completed 365 days of Tilt Brush, creating a virtual piece of virtual art every single day for a year. Isn't that amazing? I think that is so cool.
Wow, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, make sure to check out special entertainment event with our beloved Yunji of Yunjiverse. She will be performing here in Altspace for the Awe Social Hour on Thursday. If you haven't been to Yunjiverse concert, you are missing out on one of the greatest and most gifted talents we have here in Altspace VR in the virtual metaverse. These are great special events hosted by Altspace VR and Awe for the public, and you won't want to miss it.
Absolutely. If you haven't heard Yunji perform, you're missing out. Now, we are huge fans of Live Loved, the Christian-based devotional study and discussion group by our own Donna McTee. So, Donna, what's on the schedule coming up this week for Live Loved?
Well, we're going to spend some time talking about crushing times, dealing with deep grief, and we're going to question why God isn't answering our prayers. Or is he?
Oh, are you really you're going that far? Ooh. That'll be fun. So check out these almost every day devotional sessions throughout the week with our own Donna McTee. We love those.
Oh, thanks everyone. Honey Bear and Twiz are at it again with Code Cards, a game event where you can crack the code based on your Spy Master clues. What a fun and interesting hour to be had here in Altspace VR this Tuesday. Wow, Tuesday is lining up to be a busy day in Altspace VR.
No kidding. I was like, oh, events are on Tuesday.
There's a lot.
Now here's one for Wednesday. So
Yay.
Wednesday, the Rocket Party is putting on a special event I'm so excited about this. I mean, remember the days, I don't know if y'all remember the days when everything stopped whenever there was a launch into outer space. This is one of those days again. It is the launch of the first American astronauts to fly American rockets from American soil. This has not happened since they ended the space shuttle program, so I'm so excited about this. The SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule is tested and ready for launch, but they've had some hiccups along the way, so I'm just kind of like edge of my seat. On Wednesday, if all is a go, it's going off. And the event opens 4 hours before launch and will feature the crew sitting up, boarding the rocket, the fuel loading, and all the stuff leading up to what we hope and pray is a successful flight for the 2 astronauts, Bob and Doug. So this is a historical event. So join us all in Altspace VR for the Rocket Party. Don't miss a moment of this historical moment, seriously, here on Wednesday.
Oh, I just had a flashback. This might be totally inappropriate, but you guys, wasn't it Bob and Doug McKenzie? Weren't those the Canadian guys from way back? Wasn't that their name?
Yes,
Bob
but we're
and
not
Doug.
going there. We are not going there.
Sorry. I'm really excited about the rocket launch too. I have to say they put on some of the greatest events. So if you haven't checked it out, even if you're not into the particular, if that isn't a passion of yours, still go. It's worth, those events are fun. So songwriter and producer preset with music production Amino is hosting a meetup to bring together composers and producers to share their creation and explore the potential for music production in the real world and VR. And it's happening on Wednesday.
Yay, see, there is more things other than Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now, Alex is launching a new event called Biohacking 101 on Thursday. Any biohackers out there? It is a meetup to bring together people obsessed with the pursuit of achieving an optimized life and superhuman performance through biohacking and self-experimentation. Now, it sounds very, very fascinating and definitely cutting-edge technology. And it features the tools and projects that might even become part of our day-to-day life. Now, how many of you are wearing Fitbits or using your phone or wearable tech to track your life and improve your health and so on? Come on. I know you're out there, you biohackers. There you go. This is now common. So join them on Thursday to find out what might be the next thing you use to work on your health and everything else. So I love this.
Wow, so many things to do. We've for sure left things off the list.
I know
Check
we
out the
did.
events. Yeah, check out the events calendar and make sure to mark an event is interested so you can receive an email reminder 1 hour prior to the event, so you don't want to miss a moment of an event you really want to see in AltSpace VR. Make sure to check the calendar often. Some people plan out their events for a long time, so you know you can mark interested and get them into your own calendar. But other people, the events just pop up. Somebody has an idea and they throw it on the calendar, and some of these events are just spur of the moment things. So make sure you check the calendar on a regular basis to catch all the amazing things.
And it is. I mean, honestly, we ran out of paper before we ran out of events. So now, Donna, it's that time again when the world falls in love. No, sorry. Oh, so it's discussion time. It's the audience's time to speak up or shut up. So, well, I'm going to turn on the good old, let's see. We have one person sitting in the second room. I'm going to turn on the raise hand button. And our question this week is kind of twofold. Donna, you want to talk about it?
So first of all, we want to know what kind of events you're enjoying here in AltSpace. There's been so many added lately and such a broad variety. So we're really interested in from the events that have been added or the old time favorites as well, what you're really enjoying from an event perspective.
Okay, so anyone want to start? Hit the raise hand button down in the lower right-hand corner. And let's see, what are you enjoying? What are your favorite events? What favorite type or what favorite event? Anybody? Hit that raise hand button. I have to say that I am so excited that Tom Furness is now hosting the Virtual World Society meetups here in AltSpace. And if you did not see it, oh my God, was it Thursday, Ryan Daniels came in. He is now 18. He started programming when he was like 10 or 12. And he's won awards for his AR development. And right now he is working on using AR to help neuroscientists do neurosurgery. He's freaking 18. God, I feel insignificant. So love that. Absolutely love that. Zeke, you're on.
I've been taking the science in VR, actually.
And how's that going?
It's really good. I got through the first course, and they're probably going to do another first course as well. And I would recommend people to join in and just learn if you want to create VR apps or something like that.
Fantastic. I love
That's
that.
awesome, Zeke. Wow.
That's
yeah.
Fantastic. Wonderful. I love those. The ones that Mohammed and Nicholas are doing are absolutely amazing. They're doing Unity and C# and check those things out. Joseph, you went off the list. Did you want to have a question? Pastor Joseph. You can hit the raise hand button again. So again, if you want to add a favorite event, or a type of event, or what kind of event do you want to see? What do we really need here in AltSpace? Hit the raise hand button, and we'll call on you. The event with
you actually got through that sentence.
Yeah. There,
Sorry, you actually got through that. You got through that sentence without saying knitting. I can't believe it. I think you deserve an award.
I so will. Okay, I'm not going to say it. Mike, you're up. I know I want a knitting event. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't say it. I said it. Sorry, I want it so bad. Okay.
So,
Mike.
Rel, you probably know this one already because we talked about it earlier. Yeah, it's probably more a type, but I've been loving the conferences that you can do in AltSpace. So I caught the tail end of Students in VR, and that was awesome.
Isn't that
Really well
amazing?
done with that. And I
Thank you.
went to Microsoft's MR Dev Days, and despite a few issues here and there, mainly, internet dropping out a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
it was really cool and really well planned out. And it just proves, you don't have to necessarily do them in person, particularly with COVID-19. It shifted to AltSpace, and apart from obviously it being a different world, there's no difference. You can still connect with people, you can still get the content you need to see, and if anything, it's easier because you've got that opportunity to make new friends, discuss important issues, and maybe start your next collaboration project with somebody.
Hey, yes, indeed. Oh, I love that.
AltSpace is
Thanks,
like a
Mike.
different coffee shop. That's what I always tell people that are skeptical of VR. That's what you just say to them. It's like sometimes your friends meet at a restaurant, sometimes you meet at a coffee shop. AltSpace is just a different coffee shop, people, and you don't have to worry about your hair. Yay!
Yay! I love that part. So, Frank, you're up.
Hi there.
Hi.
It's going to totally sound like I'm schmoozing, but honestly, my number one thing
Mhm.
is this program right here. It's the one thing that I put on my schedule every week, and I'm like, okay, this has got to happen. And I also really love Donna's Live Loved. When I wake
Mhm.
up, I try not to wake up early. But the first thing I do is I look at my clock, and if it's between 6 and 7, that's the first thing I'll do. I'll still wiping the sleep out of my eyes, and I'll go to Donna's meetings, and it's just so great. But I have to, the guy, I think his name is Michael Forrest, the guy that does it's go time, it's quest time, and it's flight time. That dude has so much energy, and he is such a great presenter that I just got to give credit where credit is due. That dude rocks. And anything he does, as soon as I see his avatar on the little billboard thing, I'm like, okay, I'll at least give that consideration because that guy is awesome.
Cool. Fantastic. Don't you love this is event love going on here. Thanks, Frank. Event love. Anyone else have a favorite they want to share, or what is it that you're missing? I mean, okay, I managed to get through that without saying the K word. Y'all know what's missing. But so Joseph.
Just all the educators in VR events, because I learn new things every time.
Ah, thank you. We love those. Yeah, cool. Isn't it amazing the learning that can go on here? Did you, when you thought of VR as, when you first put on the headset and stuff, did you think that learning would be a part of this process? It's just amazing what great educational programs there are here. I love this. Absolutely love this. So anyone else? Last chance. Anybody else want to add to the list? Favorite events? There's some amazing ones here in AltSpace. I love the concerts. I don't get to the concerts very often, but I love watching the talent that goes on here and the open mic night things. So center stage, the even improv night and open mic night. Love those. When you see the talent that is here, it's just a beautiful thing. I love it.
And I like the
What's your favorite?
collaboration.
Yeah?
Well, it's hard to put, like I have lists, and I really would struggle to put a hierarchy of any kind on it, but I love the collaboration that happens. So a lot of times a musician, as somebody new in AltSpace, will come to me and say, Bob, I'd love to do music. What should I do? I love that I can send them to different people and know that when they go to those people, those musicians are going to help them, because that's built into the community, right? People like Luke are so giving, and even though they have a regular event that happens all the time, they are happy to give advice and to help other people develop their craft here in AltSpace. I also love the access that we have, and we don't always know, but there's people like Jesse Damiani. The fact that he comes in and does a 1 hour and he stays till every question's asked, so maybe an hour and a half, brings in these amazing people. Bobby Carlton started a show on an event on Tuesdays, right? It's an amazing opportunity to get up and close and personal with some of these people who are industry leaders. Steve Banbury ends up in places every once in a while. Nava. There's just these amazing people that we get to rub shoulders with who are really doing leading edge things in the industry, and I think that's an incredible opportunity. But much still always off to world builders. I know I hear it always a lot that world building is easy, and can I tell you, world building isn't easy. It looks easy because people make it look easy because they're really, really good at it. And I have to say that when I place a few objects and try and line up a few things, my mind goes to all the different worlds that are built by so many amazing people here, and I'm in awe of what people can do with like limited assets, etc., and just this amazing creativity. It's really, really hard to say one thing. I love so many different things about the events here.
I love it. I love it. Well, I want to thank you all for your input on this, and that's it for the news and updates this week. So remember, the conversation doesn't stop here in AltSpace VR. Discord is our home base for all of our community outside of AltSpace VR, and we invite you to join the news and updates Discord to keep up with all the news and all the updates with everything that's going on in the VR industry and beyond.
Awesomeness.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to say something probably. I'm sorry. I'm already like thinking about what we're going to talk about later. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with past episodes to learn more about how AltSpace VR works and what's going on in the community. We've also added the AltSpace VR announcements feed to our news and updates Discord server, so you won't miss a minute of the news. Oh my gosh.
And I think we need help. Oh, we so need help. So if you want to volunteer and help us out, please save us from ourselves. We need your help, obviously. We need people to help film and live stream the events and everything else that's going on here. So, please tell a friend, please share it. And we need some writers and some editors and moderators and everything else going on. And please give a round of applause for our amazing moderators. Serenity says, we need some whiskey.
I'd say we need a lot of it right now.
We need a lot more than that. Our amazing moderators, Ethan's over there. We just love this. Everybody who helps us out
everyone.
here. Donna, take us out.
I don't even know what to say anymore. We're going to hang out around after the news to answer your questions and talk about what you're doing here in AltSpace. So stick around. We'd love to chat with you. Thanks to our news and update. Oh, thanks again to the volunteer. Okay, you guys, we're officially over.
We are
good
so
week, everyone.
over. Be safe, everyone.